Hey guys, it's Melissa, the Cupcake Stitcher. I just wanted to finally check in with you. It is July 22nd, and it's been over a month again since I've made my last video. So the last time I checked in, I was making a video the day before I went to StitchCon. Obviously, I went there, had a fabulous time. I'm not going to talk too much about it. More or less going to go through all the haul I got there. But not going to talk too much about StitchCon itself. There's already been a million StitchCon videos. I am probably the last person to officially update. Gotta save the best for last, right? Not really, but yeah. StitchCon was amazing. Met so many great people, reunited with many friends I met at Stitch Away back in January, including Pam and Steph, Melissa and Amber, Kathy, Candy. I know I'm forgetting people. I have no plan for this video. I have so much stuff. It literally just took me like an entire hour to organize things on my couch, and I'm still not sure I have everything. I've left some things out, little bits and pieces. I'm gonna try and just hit the big points today. So, life updates. Really not too much to report. Again, just working a whole lot, doing some program development. My boss has asked me to take a lead PT position on a new program we're developing. I'm not sure if I'm gung-ho for it yet. I appreciate her confidence in me in being the lead, but I'm not sure if I'm 100% interested in the type of program it is. So it's a women's health or pelvic floor program. I already run the osteoporosis program. I do a lot of back pain, neck pain, postural patients. I'm taking a course in September with one of my favorite coworkers in North Carolina. We're doing a scolio Pilates class, which should be a lot of fun. And then I have taken one pelvic floor class so far. It was just a one-day course with one of our newer PTs on staff. I think she's more interested in pelvic floor than I am, but we'll kind of see what happens. I'm supposed to go up to Michigan within the next month or so to observe at a clinic where they do pelvic floor therapy. I definitely think it's a very important part of physical therapy, medicine world in general. It's not an area that gets a whole lot of focus, unfortunately, and the patients that you have are generally very appreciative for your help. But yeah, I'm just not sure if it's the right fit for me. So taking things slowly. I haven't made my boss any promises yet. And I think she's okay with that. She does not want to force me into doing something that I don't want to do, but she's definitely going to push as hard as she can to get me to that point. And, sometimes other people know best for us, and it's good to be challenged. So I'll see what happens with that. Friday night, we had a work get-together at Columbus Clippers game. It's a farm league baseball team that we have here in Columbus. My boss normally rents out a suite somewhere for a sports game each year. Last year's, it's been the Clippers, and then the 2 years before that I've been with the company, it's been at Cincinnati. So I honestly liked the Clippers a little bit better. It's not as far of a drive than it is down to Cincinnati for a one-night dealio. But lots of fun, good time spending, with coworkers and their families. And, we have 2 clinics now. Our main one's in Bell Fountain, and then we have a satellite site in Urbana. And so we have some therapists down there that, worked with us originally in Bell Fountain and then moved to Urbana. So we hardly ever get to see them anymore because that's where they work. So it's always good getting to hang out with them for a few hours. That's mainly who I hung out with, just to kind of catch up and chit chat and talk about different classes and stuff that we may get to go to with them in the future. So that was a lot of fun. My best friend's little girl turned 1. I did cakes and cupcake for that. She has a really big family, so there were like 70 people there. I made 100 cupcakes. I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 because I went out with some of my coworkers the night before. My nephew turned 1. We're very grateful for that. I think I've said in the past he's had some medical issues, so we're very grateful and blessed to have him in our lives. And tomorrow is actually my brother's 26th birthday. So hopefully I think I'm going to try and call him on my lunch break, which should be his off hours in the evening where he's at in Afghanistan. So hopefully I can get a call out to him and wish him a happy birthday. But yeah, that's about all the life updates that I have for now. I'm sure I forgot something. Like I said, I'm really bad about updating. I have no plan, and this shouldn't be anything new if you are coming back to watch me again and again. You know that I don't plan. So what I figured I'd do is I'm going to go through whips real quick, things that I've worked on that you've seen, and then I'll kind of go through all of my haul chronologically as much as I can, because I obviously have a ton of StitchCon haul, but I've also just been buying things left and right, just spending all the money right now. So I'm going to go through this stuff first. Not that you can see this sitting on my couch here, but I'm going to show it to you. So one of the things that I worked on most at StitchCon, or that I started out working on, was this pattern. It's a Madame Chantilly. It's called Kiss. It says Kiss Rudolph before to start. I think I've shown this before. I had most of Rudolph done, and then at StitchCon I got quite a bit done. I'm missing my needle. I don't know where my needle went. That's not good. So here's my progress on that. I finished off Rudolph. Woo! All I had left was his blanket, which I decided to do in DMC Light Effects. So got a little sparkle there. I think I finished Rudolph, everything on this half of the fabric. Rudolph and the letters. And then I finished Santa, or most of Santa. He's not completely done. Just a random weekend I worked on him. So got back to that. This little needle minder, Dr. Pepper, y'all. I stole from Candy at StitchCon. I think there's another one that I stole from her as well. I didn't take any needle minders, but I somehow came home with at least 5 or 6. So that one was from Candy. That's my first one. I have no idea where I'm going to put anything on my couch. Second one I worked on a little bit was Seasons in Chalk, Stars and Stripes Forever. Stars and Stripes, just Stars and Stripes, not forever, but Stars and Stripes Forever. This is in just Cross Stitch Magazine, I think August, or no, it's not August. I don't know, I've said it in the past. Oh, it is August. Okay. No, display until August. No, it is August. Okay. Just ignore my rambling. Like I said, if you've been here before, you're used to it. If you haven't been here before, thanks for joining in. By the way, I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. So when that happens, I will be doing some kind of big giveaway dealio. So if you're already subscribed, great. If you're not and you're here for the first time, please subscribe below. Tell your friends, and then that way we can get above 1,000, and we can give some goodies away. So here is my progress on Stars and Stripes. Again, I stole another needle minder from Candy. This is actually from the design. It's one of those little flowers. So there we go. Super excited about this one still. Definitely not going to finish it anytime soon. I haven't finished summer. I haven't even started summer. But I bought floss yesterday at Cross My Heart to get started on fall. I'm just going to skip summer and I'll get around to it when I get around to it. So it's whip number 2. Whip number 3, we all know, we all love my Day of the Dead piece. She went to StitchCon with me. I did not work on her at StitchCon. There was no way that I could focus on a piece like this while I was there. There was too much talking and chatting and whatnot going on. So, but I have been working on her slowly this month. I have about 10 more days, 10 more days. Woo, needle. Dropped my needle. There we go. To work on her for the month to finish my second page. So I got my first page done in this column, and you can see I'm working on my second. I don't know how I normally do this, but it's not working out today for me. And I'll just bring it back farther. So I'm obviously working on her eye right now and part of the flower. But yeah, she's coming along. My goal is to get her done by the end of the year. I have some upcoming smalls exchanges going on, so this may have to take a little bit of a back burner so I can get that stuff done. But she will be finished this year. If I continue with my 2 pages a month, it'll be November. So that gives me a whole extra month to kind of figure things out. And I just stabbed myself in the needle as I folded that. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Let's get into StitchCon stuff. I have 2 new starts on either side of me right now, but I'll kind of get to them as I go through haul because a lot of it's new things that I bought. Actually, this one, we're just gonna go. All right, so I'm gonna talk about my smalls exchange piece first. So I believe I showed mine last time. It was Plum Street Samplers Black Cherry Tart. I finished it in a little tart pan. Super cute. Minty Stitcher got mine. I was super excited about that. She came over. She said she loved it. I think she just showed it on her latest video too, so go check that out. She's amazing. She's right now organizing a Harry Potter sal, I believe with Candy Stitches. So that's one of the smalls exchange. So that's one of the smalls exchange I'm going to be doing. I still need to fill out my form and send it back to her, but I'm for sure doing it. So I think it's starting at the end of the month, Harry Potter's birthday. It's escaping me right now because I, again, didn't have anything planned. But anyways, I picked a bag. And I picked the bag because I liked the bag. Because that's the way I am. And this is what I got. And I absolutely love it. This was stitched by Marsha Cruz. I know she is on Instagram. I do not believe she's on YouTube, or she doesn't make videos. And if she does, I'm completely wrong. But this is amazing. I love everything about it. I have it sitting on my bookshelf, and I will probably leave it out all year, even though it's a somewhat patriotic piece. I believe it's a Blackbird design pattern. I am not super familiar with a lot of their stuff, so I don't remember what it is specifically, but it's stunning, and her stitches are amazing. Don't you just like looking at other people's stitches and you're like, oh, it's so cool. Alright, so that was Smalls Exchange. I'm just going to go real quickly through some of the things that we got in our little StitchCon bag. We got this little piece of wood with a heart near Cincinnati. We, of course, got our StitchCon pattern with Buckeye Scarlet thread. And Arlene gave me this piece of linen to stitch that on. So I believe they went to a thrift store Goodwill or something, and they found a dress that they ended up cutting up into little pieces. So she, I think, talks about it a little bit in her latest video, but she was able to stitch on this. I forget what count she said it ended up being. It's definitely not an even linen, but it is stitchable. So we may try that on there. And then we also got a Krynic. I looked to see what it was, what color this was, and I already forgot. Rose quartz, that's what it is. I actually think I got gold, and then I made Katie Glass switch with me because I liked this color better. And we're just gonna go real quickly through some of the freebies that we got in our bags. So the first was Stone Street Stitchworks, Fireworks on the 4th. I've seen this pattern on Instagram. I love it. I just love this giant firework. I don't even know if I like the barns too much. I'm not a farmhousey type girl, but I just love that firework. And I believe this was given to us before it was actually released. But it is amazing. So that's one. And then Happy 4th of July by Julie McConnell. So she had this, she brought this model to StitchCon. It was super adorable on the little fence. Hands-on design. I am home. I'm just going to show you top part of it. That's what it looks like. Can't show you too far down because it's got the pattern on it. So with you, I am home. It's cute. I'm just going through a lot of this. I've had it all sitting in a bag, and then I kept buying more, and I was like, I need to do a video, but I don't want to because it's going to take me forever. The Snowflower Diaries, You Are So Loved. Again, another one that's got the pattern on the bottom. So I'll just show you that there. Cricket Collection, Summer Quilt Angel. I can't show you because it's just a pattern. Barbara Anna Designs, Be Free. That's a short. That's a quick one right there. And May Your Spools Be Full. Stitches for the Needleworker. This one's from Sue Hillis. We're gonna do this. No, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna do this. There it is. Right there, and then we get into stitches. So, and the last one is called To My Valentine XOXO. Oop. Two little they look like little envelopes. Isn't that cute? All right, so those were the freebies that we got. I'm gonna do some more gifts / needle minders that I got from StitchCon. The first one here is from Abby, Top Knot Stitcher. It's, of course, a little cat. So she just had these on her shirt and was passing them out as she went. It's super cute. This one, I don't even know if it was for exchange, but I stole it from Pam and Steph because I love it. It's so sparkly. So this was on one of my new starts, which is not a start anymore. It's a UFO. And I'll get to that in a little bit. If you were at StitchCon, you probably know which one it is because it's the one I worked on and started and worked on the vast majority of the time. This one I got from Katie, Naptime Stitcher on Instagram. She's here in Ohio. So it's Mermaid Scales. Can't go wrong with that. And then, perfect for me, I never met a cupcake I didn't like. This is from Tony. Thank you, Tony. You knew that I would love this one, so I tried not to be greedy with my needle minders. So I've talked about this pattern in the past. My Cricut Collection Skeleton Crew, and you know that I bought Banshee from Hand Dyed by Stephanie for that, and then I never ended up using it for that because it dyed very, very differently than what I thought it would on Jobelin. So Katie Glass, lovely Katie Glass, brought me some fabric, a bunch of different fabric to look at, and the one that I ended up picking out, she was just like, yeah, just take it. I'm not going to do anything on it. 32 count, hand dyed by Stephanie in Bewitched. So it's purple, greeny fabric. I think it'll look really cool on there. I think I probably could have been a little bit more blue, but I think that's a good piece of Halloween fabric anyways, so this is what we're going to do it on. I would really like to just go and look at Katie's stash. And I think we all said this at the table. Melissa and Amber and I were like, can we just like come over to your house and just look at how much stash you have? Because I'm sure it's ridiculous. Yeah, she was like, yeah, just take it. Just take it. What? I love Katie Glass, by the way. Katie, hi. We're going to be roommates at Stitchaway. I haven't turned in my form yet, but it's happening. So we sat right next to each other most of the weekend, and we would just like look at each other and like know what the other person was thinking. Or she would say something and be like, did you just pull those words out of my head? Because that's exactly what I was thinking. So I love Katie. Freebie table. Oh wait, this is something else everybody got. You can't see that. Whoop. So this one side says count. Can't see that at all. Don't worry about it. Believe me, count twice, stitch once. No frogs allowed. So this was from Under the Sea Fabrics. Leslie, she was there. She brought all of those for us. So I already used my Stitch Away glass from last year as my orc keeper, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm definitely not getting rid of it. All right, now freebie table. So Darla pulled me over and she said she found this on the freebie table, and it's Cupcake Girl by Barbara Anna Designs. No, Amy Brucken Designs. So she pulled that off the table for me, and I think it's kind of cute, kind of silly, but it's cupcakes, so she thought of me. Thanks, Darla. She took so many pictures for StitchCon. It was amazing, and posted them all on the Facebook group. So the one thing that I pulled off the freebie table was this watercolor snowman. A legit, picture. So it's, I don't know how old this design is. I'm sure there's copyright on here somewhere. I'm not gonna look for it. Nope, not looking for it. But it's really cute. All the snowmen are stitched differently, so it's got some specialty stitches. I want to kind of learn to challenge myself with different patterns. So I thought this one was cute. I'm sure there was a bunch of other good stuff on the freebie table. I did not have the patience to do it. I walked over there and thought about attempting it several times, but there was just so much stuff on that table. I was like, I can't. Like, I physically can't do it. And then one night it was kind of late, and there was I had just been looking on my phone for a pattern that was a model out in the little vestibule area right outside the stitching room. And it was for a Northern Expressions needlework pattern. It was the American flag. And she had the Dinky Dyes kit there, so I was like, well, I'm definitely going to buy that, and then I'll just buy the pattern online if she didn't have it in the sale. So everything in the sale had didn't have stickers on it, didn't have a price on it. She just had a list behind the counter, and she put little like place cards that will sometimes give estimates of the price. So I found it online. I was like, okay, well, if I can't find it in this trunk show, I'll just buy it online. Well, then I was chatting with someone, and I can't remember who it is now. Vicky, maybe? Might have been Vicky. I can't remember what her YouTube channel is off the top of my head. But she was like, there's some really good stuff over on that freebie table. And I was like, girl, I can't even look at that table without my brain going into like overload, because I'm kind of a neat freak. I can live in my own mess, but like I can't deal with other people's messes. So she was like, I mean, look at this. And she pulls out the pattern that I literally was just looking at 10 minutes ago on Etsy. So this is an all specialty stitched American flag in dinky dyes and using delicate beads. So I'm definitely doing this. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I got it. I took it out of the bag so it didn't have the glare, but it did have a price tag sticker on it. So I know that it was not from the trunk show outside. It was a pattern that someone had brought and dropped off. But with the beads on this thing is amazing. So that brings me into trunk show haul, where I got the flosses. So I don't remember what they all are, but it's specifically for Northern Expressions Needlework Star Spangled Banner, which I now have for free. Alright, so that's the first thing. I also bought some other random dinky dyes. Pink Tourmaline. Noosa. Got some strange names. And Sydney Harbor. That one's really variegated. I like that one. It's showing up a little bit darker or more saturated in color than it actually is. But those are really pretty. I've never stitched with silks, so I just grabbed a couple to try. And then I bought a corner gauge that says StitchCon on it. Will also hold your flosses, but mainly got it for the corner gauge aspect of things. One set of patterns that I bought in the trunk show was from Shannon Christine Designs. This is actually the designer that I was thinking about buying from. She has like a monthly birthstone series on her website for that little lanterny antique thing that I showed you guys in my last video. So I could not think of her name then, but these are the designs that I picked out, and these were models. The pictures are horrible. They're just computer generated, but they're all little snow globes. So this one's got a little deer and a Christmas tree. This one's got a sleigh. And this one's got the classic red truck. So when I went to Cross My Heart yesterday, I bought all the beads and Krynic for it, and then I bought fabric while I was there, so it's in my stack. We'll get to that here shortly. Again, I didn't know how to organize things. Only other pattern I bought at the trunk show was from Sue Hillis, Dark Shadows. I just love these little chandeliers. I would probably put beads on them. I think it's just all regular floss, but why not? The candelabras, like these three are like my favorite. I like them all. So I don't know when I'm going to do these, but this is one, and then that I got, and then she signed it. Melissa, keep on stitching. Sue Hillis. She signed my other pattern that I got stitched away too. So Leslie was there from Under the Sea Fabrics, and of course she had a trunk show. So I bought 3 pieces of fabric. The first one, I think it's a half yard, fat half, and I bought the whole fat half. So this is Calypso's K. And look how, this is a giant piece of fabric. I'm not even like in the shot anymore. Super pretty blues and greens. There is a Mirabilia mermaid in my future on this piece of fabric. It is opalescent, so it'll just look amazing with all the beads and Krynic and be super sparkly. I also got, and that one was 32 count linen. I'm really I generally gear more towards Luganas or Jobelins, just that even weave type deal. But these linens are actually really quite even. I would say it's a pretty high quality linen. It's really pretty. But anyways, I got 32 count Whimsical Winter. I think I had planned for this one to be the snow globes, but I might do the flag on on this, just to get a little bit more contrast to the white, and then the dark blue will show up great on here. And I actually think it calls for 32 versus the other piece I got was 28. So I think I'm going to do the flag on that, and then on this piece here of 28 count Looking Glass, everything I got was opalescent because I like sparkle. I think I'm going to do those snow globes on here. So those I got fat quarters versus the Calypso I got the fat half. And then of course StitchCon would not have been complete without a trip to Keepsakes. So I bought several things there. I bought this pattern here from Silver Creek Samplers. I believe it's a Christmas list. Does it not have a name? Oh, My Christmas List. It's on the back. I've seen this before. I love it. I think it would stitch up pretty quickly, just because it's a lot of words and small motifs, but it's adorable. So I bought that. I bought Life is a Beach. Watch out for crabs. Watch out for the crabs. I love this. Of course, when we were standing in line, people made inappropriate comments about this pattern, and I said, I don't even care. Other people are going to think that too, but if you know me, you know that I can be crabby. So I love this pattern. And then I bought, the words are supposed to be black, but they had a model of it stitched kind of in a blue. So I grabbed this, I think it's called Ocean by Weeks Dye Works, and then Ladybug by Classic Colorworks. So those are the two colors I picked for that. And then Michelle, Mitch Stitch, and I happened to be standing right next to each other when we were shopping, and we both kind of looked at this pattern and we're like, oh my god, I need this. So we're gonna do a sal of the Primitive Hair Yule Queen. This is not my style again, but she's just so stinking cute. So we are starting this on August 1st. I will link below, or if I remember, I'll put in here what the sal is going to be titled. I think it's me, Mitch Stitch, and then Michelle Bendy are all doing this starting on the 1st, which is Pagan Holiday of Imbolic. I don't remember how we got to that point. That was a late night discussion. I was up till 2 every day, and then I normally didn't come down till about 9, just because I needed a little bit of sleep. But yeah, we're going to start this on August 1st. I'm going to show you the fabric that I'm going to do it on next, which again is another start and restart piece. I have a couple of those. Both of my starts are going to be restarts. So the last pattern that I got from Keepsakes was an Alessandra Adelaide needlework pattern. I love these patterns. I've been looking at them for a while, and I love how versatile they are. So the one that I got was Zuka, which is the pumpkin. And I'm crazy. I'm going to be stitching this all in beads. So I did get a little bit of start on it, and I started it on a piece of fabric that I bought online for another sal that I'm doing. And so we're doing a fabric sal, a group of us that are taking a little trip in October. Many of the ladies were at StitchCon, and I didn't know for sure if I'd be able to go yet. My boss hadn't said yes, but she has said yes. So I'm going with these ladies on a trip in October, and that's all I'm going to say about that now. But we're doing a fabric sal, so we're all stitching something fall related on the same piece of fabric, which is Shenanigans by Seraphim Fabrics. It's somewhere in here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I reordered another piece. Seraphim hand-dyed fabrics by Lori. So we all ordered a piece of that, and I'm working on a fall pattern. So I'm doing Zuka on that. This is 32 count. I'm gonna restart it on 28 count. Just because the beads start to get pushed down vertically. So here's my start on that. Super pretty, right? But you can see here, these beads, these 4 are supposed to be in line with these ones here, and so it's not enough room on the fabric. But I got a good bit, and that was the first part where I started having a problem. I could probably fudge it and make it work, but I don't want to have to worry about, oh, I skipped this row or something. So I bought the 28. I'm going to start it on 28. So I'm not going to show you that again, but then what I'm going to do with this, since I'm going to rip all this out, I'm going to do Yule Queen on this Shenanigans fabric that I have left over. Alright, let me fold that. So here's the 28, and I think I went a little bit bigger on this one. I think this is a fat half versus a fat quarter. So there's that. Super. It's on my StitchCon haul. 36 minutes, not too bad. I can look on my phone and I only have about 12 minutes left. So I'm going to go through my more recent haul and then save my big oops for last. So I went to Cross My Heart yesterday. I bought the 25th anniversary celebration mirror, the little booklet. I really like the cameo design. Let me see if they have a picture of it. I don't know if they do, or yeah, they do. Okay. So I like that. I don't know if I'll do it in those colors. I'll at least do obviously the black work, and then may just pick colors that I like. It is a full coverage piece, but I think it's a really cute little silhouette. So I bought that. And then I could not pass up this Nora Corbett, the coffee house. That entire roof is Krynic, and I'm obsessed with the sparkle. Like, there's so much bead and Krynic in this that it was made for me. This may also go on some of that opalescent fabric that I bought because it's stunning, and I love that blue house. So pretty. And then because I loved Leslie's fabric so much, and then she was having a giant sale for the 4th of July, I went home and I bought an entire yard of Lugana in Beachcomber. So it's a little more pink and purple, and that's probably just how it dyed on the Lugana. It's totally fine. I like it. This is half of it, guys. I'm not going to open it one more time because then I'll just be, like, it could be a blanket of fabric. I'm going to use this for a few of my Lizzie Kate long string things. Christmas rolls. Where's that from? I don't know. Christmas rolls. At least the Christmas ones. Maybe my Silver Creek sampler one too. The Christmas list. I think all of that on there would look great. Oh, these are the beads that I ordered. So this is approximately 13,000 orange beads and then 1,500 green beans that I will need for that Zuka pattern. All of these. This should be enough, but I didn't want to just buy that and then need like 100 more beads. So I ended up just buying this just to be safe. I don't know what I'll do with all the extras, but beads. Told you, super unorganized. All right, and then the last thing, not the last thing. So I got this from Mitch Ditch. She passed out all this Australia stuff. We all went nuts for it. So I bought a little koala. There used to be a Beanie Baby, and its name was Mel the koala. So Melissa, Mel, that one was definitely one that I had. So I had to get the koala. Americans are nuts for little things like this. And it clamps onto stuff. So cute. So the one piece that I took and kitted at StitchCon was my Rosewood Manor Sunrise pattern. So she had at least one of every floss on the list at Keepsakes. So I bought what I could because, you know, many of them I need 2 or 3. I bought everything I could and came back and I was like, I really want to start it. And I think I'm going to start it on my Banshee fabric that I had ordered originally for my skeleton crew that came back very purpley, pastel-y colors. So I was like, I don't know if I should just order another piece and stitch it like this. And so Katie Glass, of course, you know, because she was sitting next to me, was like, well, what size is it? And I said, it says in here, 32 count linen, 18 by 26, which is what it is. And I was like, if that's design, you know, it's like I'm going to use the whole fabric for it because I bought a fat half of that. So it was 26 by 36. But then she was like, well, what's the stitch count? So I told her and she calculated, she goes, it's 32. I'm like, yes. So calculated it out and that 18 by 26 that they said it was included a margin, like a 3-inch margin. So it was perfect. I was like, well, I can cut this in half and then I can use one half for sunrise and the other half for sunset. And so here are all the gorgeous colors that are used in this pattern. Lots of purples, yellows, pinks, a little bit of blue, super, super pretty colors. And here is what I got done. And I love this. I love it, love it, love it. So you're supposed to do an entire page first, and I was like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with that big motif, and then I'm going to work my way across like the bands, because it's essentially kind of like a band sampler. I'm going to kind of work my way down and do like 3 pages across at a time. Because once you get like the motif down, it's just easy stitching. I just kept saying my brain was made for this kind of pattern. Because once I figured it out, it's like I didn't even need to look at the pattern and I could get so much stitching done. Like I got that entire thing done at StitchCon. I'm really gonna have to power through here. I only have 5% left on my battery. And so then I started stitching across here and I got to this one and I was like, I had to move my hoop and I was like, there's no way that I can get 6 more of those in. And I can't. Do you know why? Because this is not 32 count Joblin. It's 28. I ordered 28. And I forgot I ordered 28. And I assumed it was 32 because that's generally what I think I would prefer to stitch on. So it's not going to fit where I placed the starting piece. So I would have to tear all this out and start over anyways to make it fit. So what I ended up doing was just ordering a whole new piece of fabric in 32 count. That has not arrived yet. That is my only outstanding thing that I'm waiting for in the mail. But that's going to be a restart. I love it. I think when the fabric shows up, I'll be ready to restart it. After I made this mistake, I kind of lost my stitchy bug for a few days. So, yeah. And by a few days, I mean like a week to 2 weeks. And I didn't really get much done because I was like devastated. But yeah, that was all of my stuff. Super unorganized, just like always. But I appreciate you guys coming and watching. I had a lovely time meeting many of you at StitchCon. I hope I get to meet many of you next year. I do plan on attending. I would definitely be going to Stitch Away. I think that's more me. It's a little bit more laid back than StitchCon was. But I enjoyed both of them. My favorite thing would probably be getting kidnapped by Steph one night to go check on Mo and Muffin. she was like, hey, do you want to just, she goes, I haven't had a really chance to talk because obviously she was mingling and socializing and she was hosting. So I didn't expect to have her, you know, sit with me the entire weekend, which, you know, that was not, and I wanted to meet other people anyways. So she was like, do you want to go with me to my house? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. So we drove, and then I got to meet Mo and Muffin. I got to see the atrium with their giant stash amount. And I also got to see the underlying people are very, very jealous of that. Yeah. And then she confessed to me on the way home. She goes, it only takes like 10 minutes to get to my house, to the hotel. And she goes, I took the long way so that we could talk a little bit longer. And I said, I don't even care that you kidnapped me for a little bit longer. Yeah, it was amazing. That whole weekend was awesome. So I think I'm going to sign off because my phone's going to die and I only have like 2 minutes left storage-wise on my phone. It's telling me that right now. And like I said, I'll probably be back another 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully you'll see all the amazing stitching that I've done. I'm not sure if I'll show you the exchange pieces that I'll be working on. Haven't decided on that yet. But yeah. Thanks for stopping in. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, question, whatever you want below. I'll try and get back to you. And tell your friends. That way we can get above 1,000 and I can do a giveaway very, very soon. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Maybe.